Roy Smith is our corn and soybean market analyst this week. U.S. soybean conditions held steady this week. According to the USDA's latest progress report, corn conditions dropped a point from good to excellent categories as the crop nears the end. 76% of corn was listed as dented, with 18% mature. Monday could feature excitement for the market. Progress numbers will include the season's first update on the country's harvest. But prior to that, and perhaps more importantly, at 11 a.m. Central, the agency is scheduled to release its September crop report. If you regularly follow Roy's always never strategies for marketing grain, that's a very important date. We talked with Roy Wednesday afternoon about the upcoming estimates, basis movement in his area of the state, and current crop conditions.
Well, here in the eastern part of Cass County, they're very good. Everybody's a little scared to guess at what the yields might be for fear they'll be wrong, but we're a couple weeks away from any kind of harvest, and most people probably try to do their beans first, which means probably another week. So it's going a little slow, but the crops are excellent. We're going to have just a dynamite yield. I don't hesitate to guess what it'll be.
What are your thoughts on how markets have moved recently?
The markets have moved pretty much in step with what they usually do. Having said that, we've seen quite a sell-off in the new crop soybeans, not so much in new crop corn, but it started out lower, relatively speaking, in new crop corn, so it doesn't have as far to go when it fell, which it has.
Would you characterize the last few days here, where both corn and soybeans have put on some money, as a rally, whether it's sustained or not?
Well, everybody's that I talk to, market analysts and so forth, are saying, yeah, this is a rally, this is a rally. Well, I want to think that's true, but the price appreciation in soybeans has been like 35 cents. The price appreciation in corn is more like 22. Yes, that's a rally. No, that's not a very big rally. Having said that, if I had new crop grain that needed to go to the elevator at harvest time, I would take advantage of the rally of the last 3 or 4 days to get some priced.
What if you had old crop?
If you had old crop, you haven't been going to enough marketing workshops put on by the soybean board, or else you've been asleep when you were doing it, because you know, my theory is that drop dead date of 4th of July, if you're holding any grain, corn or beans, past the 4th of July, sell them on the 5th, because it's just year in and year out, the market drags you down once you get past the 1st of October, or 1st of August, and actually the 1st of July is my deadline, and I want it gone by then.
The USDA September crop report is Monday, and that coincides with one of your important always never strategies, which is?
Always sell some soybeans before the September crop report. The September crop report has a very strong tendency to be negative on the market, because people have anticipated a rally, and we've gotten it. Only 4 days at this point, but maybe by the time this airs it'll be 6, let's hope. Always sell something before that September crop report, because it has a tendency to say, well, we've got a lot bigger crop out here than we thought, and boop, in the tank it goes. Year in and year out, I've watched that happen, and people call me and say, what should I do? Well, you should sell some soybeans before the September crop report. Year in and year out, that's been a very good strategy, and I think it will be this year. We've added on some pennies onto the price already this week, so it's there.
Beyond that, what would seasonal patterns indicate that corn and soybeans might do through September into October?
Well, once you get past the harvest low, which is very reliably around the 1st of October, then we start counting days for the dead cat bounce, and that's again a very important strategy, because personally I don't like to store beans. Not so much I mind storing them, but I don't like scooping them when the storage is over. And a lot of other farmers are that way, so we want to get those charts made up for the dead cat bounce and start counting days, watching for the harvest low. Once the market starts back up, then you start counting, look for 15 days higher than the harvest low. And again, year in and year out, that's been a very reliable strategy, one that I know a lot of the television watchers are familiar with, and who like the strategy for getting the corn or beans priced before the end of the year.
And finally, what is basis like in this area?
We have always told people that the basis usually improves as harvest starts, and we've been eagerly watching for that basis improvement and haven't seen it. And you know, gosh, I hope this isn't that one odd year that we don't get a basis improvement, because basis improvement is a big part of the cash market for beans and corn, but especially for beans. And I know there's a lot of people watching for it, just saying, you know, if I could just get 10 cents or 15 cents, I'll pull the trigger. I try to reassure people that it probably is going to happen again, but there's no guarantee.